Okay, man. I can't, I'm weak. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, John, and if you haven't noticed yet, I eat coffee beans for breakfast. Oh, and one more thing. This episode is sponsored by the Bouldering Hive. So stay tuned as I'll be posting a special coupon code that you can use in your next visit to the Beehive. So this week, I went to the Bouldering Hive gym in Ayala Mall Circuit in Makati. I've been wanting to go back for so long just because when I discovered bouldering years ago, I couldn't get enough. And when Beehive first opened in September 2019, I got bitten by the bee, Hive. I was basically there 2 or 3 times a week. And I'm not kidding. Right after work, I'd head on over, work on problems, enjoy the spirit of the climbing community, get jelly legs because of sketchy problems, and basically just have a lot of fun. And hanging out with friends after a long boulder session is always a good way to cap the night. Shout out to Carlyn, Vince, and TJ. Now the problems at Beehive, hold up. What exactly are problems? And what exactly is bouldering? So for those of you who are new to the sport, bouldering is a form of free climbing performed on small rock formations, or boulders, or an artificial rock wall, like you see in the gyms. This is done without the use of ropes or a harness, but you do need a pair of climbing shoes and some chalk. For safety, gyms use crash pads so that when you fall, you can fall without injuring yourself. And boulder walls are typically less than 6 meters, not as high as your regular wall climbing wall. And what is a problem? Well, I know we have enough of those in our lives already, but in a bouldering gym, a problem is a specific route that you climb designated by similar colored holds. And your objective is to reach the top and touch the last hold with both hands, and you have to be stable. Each problem is unique and uses a sequence of moves, or beta, in order to solve or finish it, and different people can use different betas to solve the same problem. So I wanted to know if I could still solve the problems here at Beehive. Now because gyms have different setters, different holds, different walls, different styles, I knew this would be a whole new challenge for me. Now the problems here at Beehive use a color scheme to designate difficulty, with green being the easiest and white being mission impossible. These colors correspond to a V scale ranging from V0 to V10. The higher the number, the harder it is. So I'll be featuring one problem from each color and talk about what to expect when you're climbing them. This is from my point of view, of course. Let's go! So this green problem is designated a VB, B meaning beginner. These problems are very much manageable even if it's your first time. So think of it as like climbing a ladder. And you can even strike up a casual conversation while you're at it. Next we have a yellow with a V0 designation. These problems are still very much beginner friendly, but you might need to maneuver a little bit more and get more creative with your climbing. Now I think the reds are where things start to get interesting. You'll need to start learning specific climbing techniques for different moves. In this V2, for example, you have to employ a technique called stemming, where you push your hands and or feet on opposite sides of the wall so that you can move upwards. For the blacks, climbing techniques become more crucial, and you will need to partner this with some needed strength, especially in your fingers, since the holds here are usually trickier either because of their smaller size or unusual shapes. For my favorite boulder of the day, it has to go to this blue V4 problem on the slab wall. With blues, this is as if you're done with school and are now adulting and using all the skills you've learned with all your strength, willpower, and determination. And just like in life, you might encounter a few surprises along the way. In this V4 problem in particular, you will need good finger strength, proper footwork, flexibility, and an understanding of body positioning in order to traverse the wall. And what about the pinks or whites? Well, they were definitely mission impossibles for me. But what did we learn today? We've learned that when you're faced with a lot of problems, you go at them one by one. And sometimes you'll succeed, but most of the time you'll fall and fall again. But that doesn't mean that you should give up. You should keep on trying. And if you can't seem to solve it, shake it off and move on to a different one. What's important is that you learn from your failures and enjoy the process. And have fun, of course. And no, I'm not talking about life. I'm talking about bouldering. Or am I? Go check out the Bouldering Hive at Ayala Mall Circuit in Makati. Use the coupon code ESPRESSOMO to get a 50 peso discount on your one-day pass. And if you enjoy your experience, why not check out the bhive Starter Pack? Perfect to jumpstart your climbing journey. Links in the description. Thank you to bhive for sponsoring this video, and thank you to all of you who have been super supportive. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the wall, climbing.